Good afternoon. My name is Denise Bowens, and welcome to my Fibromyalgia Journey channel. This channel is for anyone who suffers with fibromyalgia, a chronic illness or condition. Last time I talked about sex drive, but today I wanted to talk about when you refer to a spine surgeon. So, the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic was because, as you know, for me, my symptoms have been worsening, and I was referred to a spine surgeon. So I wanted to share my experiences with you, and I found two articles, and I'll put those in a link in the description below. And I wrote some things down, so let's get started. Now, it's funny that as I start, I went to see a spine surgeon 2 weeks ago, and these questions would have been great at the time, but at least they're here for someone else. But so some of the questions I asked: am I a candidate for surgery? Right? What can I do to improve the likelihood of surgical success? For example, if someone may have diabetes, you may want to manage your diabetes, make sure that's under control, or for someone to see if they have weight issues, how can I get to a healthy weight? Or if you smoke, you may want to consider what can you do about that? You may want to ask, how many of these surgeries have you performed before? Or would you be offended if I get a second opinion? So these are just a few questions that were listed on the articles that I found, but some had said, does it really mean that you get surgery? It could be that you're getting a referral, or it could be that you're just going for a consult to see if you may just want to get some questions asked. You may decide not to get surgery. And in my case, I had in the back of my mind, because for me, my symptoms had worsened. And when I met with the surgeon, I heard terms such as instability, degeneration. We discussed surgery and scoliosis. And some other terms were mentioned, and I have those in previous videos. But above all, to not panic. That's easier said than done, right? Because I was so caught up in my emotions. I left there, I went home and cried, because that's what I needed to do. I just had to process that. It's like I wanted a pound cake, I wanted my mom, and I wanted to cry. But I just really just cried and just had to do a lot of self-talk and just process my emotions. And I read over the paperwork that the surgeon gave me and cried some more, because I wasn't familiar with the process of this type of surgery. And so I knew because I know me, that once I got past the emotional part, then I could get to the logical piece. And so once I got all the crying out, then I could just start researching. So once I started researching, I researched all the terms that I wanted to find out more about. And so I'm like, oh wow, that's why I have instability. That's why the degeneration. And all my questions were answered. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this has been going on for so long. But I felt really comfortable with the surgeon. He answered a lot of questions while I was there. And he went back a lot further because he made me realize that I had been dealing with this a lot longer than I thought. So, yeah. And then doing my research, I have a support group which you guys know about, and so when sharing that with them, they had given me some very supportive feedback. And then I found someone on YouTube, and they were able to share, watching them share their story, because I'm having the same surgery as them and seeing what they went through. It's like, wow, if they can do it and seeing what they went through, I know I'll be okay. So, I had the conversation with my mom, and just a brief conversation with her, because she, has her issues with some memory. And I shared with my brother about the surgery a few days ago. And so I'm just getting the pre-test out of the way this week. And so I'm just thinking about, the post-test, the post, what's going on with that, setting up living arrangements, what to do with, my pet, Kaya. But, all in all, it's just, a personal decision that I decided to do for me. And it all is a personal decision. So, but what are your thoughts when you're referred to a spine surgeon? Please feel free to share, comment, and subscribe. But I want you guys to know that you are beautiful, you're amazing, and you are more than this illness. You matter, you are enough. I hope you guys have an incredible week, and thanks for stopping by.